Something like that.
Hello, interwebs. We are back for another episode of Tales from the Yawning Portal. Last week was an interesting session, to say the least. The party was... who wants to give the update on that one?
Seen better days.
We were torn apart from within, as we knew it would happen. In a sense.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Yeah,
the turncoat Borg.
Yeah.
Revealed his true colors.
Can't trust those damn bugbears.
No, we found out that that we cleared out the resting place, or the mockery of a tomb of Durgadin the blacksmith. Bandal the cleric performed a consecration ritual of some kind. Zosa had never figured out what it was. And then we met some very fastidious Durigar working the forges. And then Borg the traitor. I mean, Borg the bugbear was possessed by a ghost and went wild on us. And we fought a ghost for like 3 hours.
Singular too, not multiple, but one.
We fought a ghost for 3 hours.
And Borg and Torrent.
It felt.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1 special. You got us both.
Most of us are dead.
But I'm stable.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm just taking my cat nap.
Until I finally get my hands on you and that Toby.
Toby.
How many hit points is Toby sitting on?
97.
A mere 97. So down to 3%, huh?
Yeah.
mere 97. It's just only a scratch.
Rivet.
Only a flesh wound.
So it's merely a flesh wound.
We'll call it a draw.
Right. Okay, cool. So, my gentle people, the players, what would you like to do?
Okay, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do here. As far as, are we still in initiative order, because we still have 2 players bleeding out?
I believe it was, what was it, Verm or was it Yin last week that got the kill shot?
So it's currently Yennia's turn,
dead,
and she took a shot.
Okay, so
she took a shot and killed the ghost, and you said that there was something else that appeared in its place.
No, the ghost stayed. It just lost its blue hue and became like a golden hue.
Can we go
lost its like hostile effect?
Okay, that's right. Yeah, Yin, you see an apparition type of figure before you. Where the I guess the cursed or evil one that waylaid your party was standing. From that point, I mean, you can talk to it or try something, because I mean, you still have the rest of your turn, I guess. But.
Yeah, I would say after the arrow would have sunk and the hostile figure would have appearingly disappeared, Yen would have kind of dropped to her knees and looked up at Zosa, asking if she's got anything she can do for the remaining members of the party that are down, as I do not have anything left. I'm all out of everything, and that would be her turn.
Okay.
All right.
And Zosa's turn.
And so to recap the past 6 seconds, we were desperately battling this ghost, and it flew across this dark pool of water as though it was going to try and jump into Zosa, or attack her at least. And this last killing arrow seemed to change its demeanor, incapacitate it in some way. Zosa is not going to hesitate. She ducks down and over around the pool, moving 30 feet. And as she's moving, she's whipping out a doctor's bag, because she doesn't have any spells. She doesn't have any lay on hands left. and we've got 2 players bleeding out. Can I determine by looking at them, maybe making a medicine check or a perception check, how many death saves they have?
Yeah, medicine check. It would be a little far stretch to effectively do 3 medicine checks in 1 round.
No, so I'm not trying to heal them. I can only do 1 of them. I'm trying to see how many death saves they've rolled and what their condition is, how close they are to actually being dead.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
One
You roll good enough on your medicine check. Yeah, you can look and.
What's their expiration date?
Yeah.
So where are you guys sitting as far as your death saves? Torrent and Bondal.
And Borg.
Assuming that's a success. Is Borg okay?
Borg's down too.
I have 3 fails to go. I made 1 save.
Okay.
I have not made any saves yet.
Okay.
I thought I had made all my saves, but it's showing nothing for both.
Yeah, I thought Borg was okay. I thought he was just unconscious.
Good
I think Bondal cast Spare the Dying on Borg earlier in the fight.
He may have. I know Borg went down, and then after he got possessed, went down, and then came back up, and then got knocked down again. I can't
I
remember.
recall making my saves, but it's for some reason it's not showing anything.
Okay.
Zosa will scramble. She scrambles across the room away from this apparition, this ghost, whether it's hostile or not. She saw that it hesitated or slowed down or stopped, changed colors, whatever. She took it as a sign that this was her moment to run. So she runs to the door. She screeches, her armor screeching across the metal. She pulls her doctor's kit out and she will perform a medicine check on Bandal. And since I'm using a charge of the doctor's kit, I don't have to roll for it. So he just becomes stable, just like that. And that will
the healer's
end.
Kit?
Yeah, the healer's kit, doctor's kit, what have you.
Right.
And that will end Zosa's turn.
Okay. Awesome. Torrent, you're unconscious.
Death save. Pretty good.
Good.
The beef.
My beef.
Just lay there.
Okay.
Stop it.
And Borg's unconscious, Bandal's unconscious, Verm's unconscious. So it's back to
I'm
Yenny.
sleeping. It's another way. It's another word for sleeping.
Unless you want to throw Toby in the initiative tracker.
But
I mean, I could. Let's see.
So Yenia is the one who really gets to talk to this ghost.
Yeah.
While Zosa is frantically trying to patch up what remains of the party.
Okay, sounds good. Yen, your turn.
I wanted RP sleeping. Why did you skip me?
It's not too late.
Yin, I'm broken. She's just gonna kind of slump back against the wall, put her hands between her knees, and just pass her turn.
Older Yen too.
Yeah. It's like old Logan.
Yeah.
Zosa spins around with the medical bag, and she also will patch up Torrent, which will bring him back to stable. It won't give any hit points. Zosa doesn't have any way to do that right now. And then she'll pass her turn.
Cool.
So at this point, we could be declared to be out of combat, unless Yen decides to shoot at the ghost again.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, you all are out of combat now. Everybody's pretty much stable. That turn order doesn't matter anymore.
I think the next thing Zosa would do is start searching for potions, healing potions.
Good question. I don't know what's in the inventory, the party sheet.
Well, if anyone's got them on their persons, as Zosa is checking through pockets, looking through bandoliers.
Band-Aid's got one.
Mm-hmm.
Vern doesn't have one.
Right.
In that case, Zosa
Yin,
can do that.
roll
Band-Aid.
me perception.
In the tower or out in the open?
I can do it out in the open.
Pretty good.
Slightly under the outside edge of this like abandoned pool that is about 10 feet in front of you, the glow of this apparition that is in front of you now, you kind of see something off to your left that kind of catches your eye, and you notice that it is, you start to look at it and you realize it is a small glass vial filled with a red liquid that you all are very familiar with at this point.
Pick myself up and grab my weapons and then move over and pick it up.
Thanks for the
Looking
card,
at
whoever redeemed it.
Looking at it now, it's definitely a potion of healing of what we've used previously.
Yeah, it's a healing potion.
I'm so special.
Bondal, I gave you
Drinks it in front
6
of me.
points of healing with the potion that you had on your person.
Oh, thank you. Take that out of my inventory.
Yen just drinks
There
the
you go,
potion in
Verm.
front of me.
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Just-
Oh no, Verm, you look like you need help. Go.
Toby drinks it.
Hold on.
yeah.
Ribbit. Toby grows into a giant frog.
We bow
Foursquare.
before you, Mr. Eric Frankhouse. Good to have you, sir.
Master Eric.
Master Eric.
Oh, hi, Yen. You look older.
I forgot about that part.
It's a rude thing to say to a woman, but okay.
You're a woman?
I've always been this old.
I thought Yenny was gonna say I've always been a woman.
Situation?
We won.
Butts kicked.
Hoorah?
What did it cost?
As you see, like blood gushing out from every orifice that Yin has. Looks over at the other, would
say
point towards the group, and would say, "I think Zosa is getting everybody up. We were the last two standing."
And I'll put my hand out for a help up.
Grab it and pull tiny
you
Verm up.
grab my hand to feel better a little bit. Let's see, is it going to be a 1?
Nope.
6, technically, but...
Are you?
Toby, how are you doing?
Ribbit.
Okay. Good. I guess I would start making my way. Is there any Durgar out here, or are they all just seemingly not here?
You definitely don't notice any of them here. Like, as soon as crazy shit started going down, like, they just seemed to vanish.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hopefully they don't hate us. I guess I'll come over and see if there's any people still unconscious.
If we can gather everyone together, I have one spell slot left. One spell. It will take 10 minutes to cast, but it will do some healing.
I think we all need that.
Once Bondal is up, Zosa feels confident that he can handle the rest of the healing. She doesn't have much left to offer. She wheels back around with her crossbow and levels it towards the ghost, which I presume is still there.
Yep, still there.
What does it look like now?
Kind of dwarven. I mean, it doesn't look like, you know, the bluish thing that it was. Kind of has more of a a golden hue, you know, still like transparent, like a spirit would look, but it's just looks like a like a dwarven figure in like fancy robes.
Zosa shouts, "Are you done with your rampage?"
No.
She shouts it out in Dwarven.
If you are going to make it mad again, I am moving.
Right. Just for brevity's sake, I'm gonna put the thing on the map again. Crap.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with
Zosa
fire.
shoots. I'm kidding.
You see it. It turns to face you and just kind of, you know, kind of floats over right in front of you.
Zosa backs up, but she doesn't fire. She sees that it's not so hostile, but she's quite scared still.
Right.
Don't come any closer, please. Let us talk.
I
No more
mean you
bloodshed.
no harm.
Now you don't.
Is this Dwarven?
Can be if you want it to be.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I mean you no harm. Like many of my old fallen brethren, I too was cursed in this area. You have set me free. For that, I thank you.
What's our payment?
You are alive.
Barely.
Most of the party.
How many more of your Dwarven kin do you think are trapped in this place, suffering as you have suffered?
Honestly, I would have no idea how to know. I just know that my anger and rage as to what befell my kind so many years ago has led me to be cursed as a vengeful spirit roaming these halls, trapped within this area. Beyond that, everything seems clouded in a haze. I can't ascertain any information. I can barely remember much of my past. I know I was the leading mage of Kunzrakar and Durganden's trusted advisor.
I do have a piece of good news for you then. As Durgadin's trusted advisor, I can tell you that we have cleansed the resting place of Durgadin. We have not met his spirit yet, but his body is protected at this time. I hope this brings you some measure of peace, for your rage is formidable.
That is good news. Although for some reason I do not feel any more at peace than I was before, but perhaps that will come with time. I'm not sure. I feel like there's more that I should tell you, but I honestly can't remember anything.
Bandal.
Yes.
I believe that I have communed with this spirit to a certain extent, but I believe your expertise would be useful here. If you have a moment, or after your ritual is complete.
Yes, give me a few more minutes.
And Zosa turns back to the ghost. Do you recall your name, at least? I humbly introduce myself as Sosa Mospeki. These are my companions. We are here to help you and your kind.
Oh. My name, I was Arendil.
Have we heard that name before? I don't remember.
No.
Do you know if your body is somewhere around here? We could perhaps move it to a place where it is more comfortable. Perhaps a proper burial would let you move on into the afterlife and find peace.
Honestly, I don't know where my physical remains are. I don't know. I just know for some reason I have an overwhelming sense of grief and remorse for exactly why, I'm not sure, but
What happened to your people here? It was barbaric and tragic. The emotions that you feel, the rage that you showed us. I will never tell you it was unjustified. I will say now, as terrified as I was to fight you, I also consider it to have been an honor. You must have been a fierce warrior when you were alive.
thank you. I mean, that is a compliment. Nobody could, at least in my time, nobody could hold a candle to Durgadin in battle, but I mean, everyone, I mean, even one person can only do so much when being overrun.
My understanding is that it has been several centuries since the passing of your people. And even now, years and years and decades later, they still hold Durgadin's name with the most esteem and respect. His blacksmithing operations, the weapons and armor that he creates, they are still coveted and respected for their craftsmanship and quality. I imagine that you must have been a powerful spellcaster as well as a warrior. Did we not find arcane scrolls, Bandar? I wonder if he might be able to translate them for us. Or we could perhaps lead them as how do you say? A donation or an offering.
No, by all means, you keep them with you. If chances are you might need them, whatever they may be.
Zosa smiles. If only we could use them. We do not have many arcane aficionados among our group now.
Okay, and then this one, let me see if okay. All right, figured them out. Do you like show the scrolls to Arendil?
Yeah, who's got the scrolls?
They're
We
just
found
in the
two
party
scrolls.
sheet.
Okay, well, yeah, then she'll grab them, pull them out. She'll unravel them. She doesn't recognize them at all. She'll flip them around so he can maybe read them. I don't know if he can hold them or not.
Yeah,
but...
he won't be able to. You show him both of them, and he's like, ah, yes, these are arcane indeed. One is a scroll of spider climb, and the other one is a scroll of web.
And Zosa makes a weird face. Who would want to create webs? I do not understand.
They slow down the advancement of your enemy.
Okay. Zosa seems to not understand.
Right.
She rolls them back up. She says, what will you do now, Arundel?
I feel the tug towards the void getting stronger. I don't know how much longer I can remain here in this area on this plane. But before I go, all I can say is be careful. There's no telling what may still lurk in these halls.
As long as you are here on this mortal coil, we will honor you and your passage. If we find your remains, we will honor them and give you a burial worthy of a dwarven warrior. Zosa turns and points past Bondal to the door, actually towards the throne. She says, was that Durgadin's throne by chance? Does it jog your memory?
Looks, hold on, let me pull the map up. That one. Oh. Yes, that is the throne of the Great Hall. Durgadin used to sit in that very spot so many years ago.
And what lies beyond the door?
The council chamber.
Zosa turns around. If this conversation was in Dwarvish, she explains everything that she's been talking to them about. Otherwise, she'll just ask, does anybody have any questions for our esteemed guest? She kind of laughs because we were just fighting him earlier. Yeah.
Do you remember who cursed you, wise one?
It was probably the orcs. I do not know.
Did the orcs have a leader?
I'm sure they did, but by this point he would be probably long gone, even if I could remember his name.
Firm will just kind of be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah. So
as you guys are finishing, I'm gonna cast a spell on those that are wounded still.
Yeah, not bad.
I am now out of spells totally.
Was that good to all of us?
Just the 4 or 5 that were still wounded.
Oh, okay.
Did you count Torin and Borg?
No.
Because they were completely unconscious.
Oh, were they?
Oh,
Sorry
yeah.
about that. Go ahead and add them to it then. I thought they were still...
That should be 16 points of healing.
Yep, 16 too.
Mandy, thanks for the host. A long time no see.
Mandy. ...
So we have this awesome
Our Lord and
conversation
Savior.
this awesome conversation with the ghost, and right after it ends, Borg and Torrent wake up.
Yeah.
So they missed everything. Borg wakes up.
All right,
and
Torrent, Borg, do you have any
Yeah,
questions?
thanks for that.
Just-
No, sorry, teacher. I slept through the PowerPoint.
Torrent still needs to fix his.
Yeah.
Borg, don't get mad. It's a friendly ghost now.
You should be on 17.
How much HP did I get?
You
16.
should set your wound
16?
to 17.
Oh, okay, cool.
You done messed up, Aaron.
There we go.
Yes. You son of a.
Zosa helps you guys to your feet. She says, "There's no more reason to be afraid. This is Arundel. He was cursed to be a vengeful spirit, but through some luck and through the guidance of Helm and the grandfather tree, we were able to convert him back to a peaceful state, at least for a while. Hopefully it is permanent and he can pass on in peace."
But if we kill him, do we get XP?
And Zosa just wags a finger at you.
No.
No, 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 no.
No.
What is this XP, Vern?
It's a weird term from where I come from. You know, goblins. It's a national treasure.
Oh, that's why you want it so much all the time.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's like gold. You know, you just can't get enough of it.
Shiny.
Shiny.
Indeed.
Does anybody have any more questions for the spirit before we allow him to rest?
I think he's answered enough for us.
And as for us, we are rather defeated at the moment. At least I feel that way. So we're, as far as hit point goes, Zosa's doing okay, but she's completely out of spell slots. And lay on hands.
I have one spell slot. That's it.
I have nothing.
Yeah. Could this be our whole day? We do a consecration ritual in the morning in the tomb. We say hello to the blacksmiths later that morning, and then we open a single door, get our butts completely handed to us, and call it a day. Is that what our lives have come to as adventurers?
I mean,
Pretty much.
You should have
Single
taken an arrow
door.
to the knee.
we took a ghost to the knee.
Single door with a single enemy.
We took a Borg to the knee.
Yeah.
That's what did it, Borg.
A few great axe swings to the lower legs.
I'm glad nobody's blaming me for this.
Took a great axe to the clavicle.
Yeah.
although, guys, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I
bet it was.
like
It's like-
to rage.
I
Zosa's
take
like,
over your character, and now I'm gonna try to kill all your friends.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of the party members.
This is rubbing her chin where she got punched by Torrent. She's like, I am glad you are on my team. Drunken old fool. Ah. I am going to have to count my teeth tonight, Borg. Make sure I have them all.
The party's just like, thank God Torrent only had 4 key points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, only one of which I still had.
Yeah, very true.
As much as I would like to press on today, I honestly think it might be safer, in the interest of the mission and our well-being, if we just,
Go to bed.
go to bed. I know we cannot see the sun, and I still feel like it is morning. But even still, I want to take a nap.
You could mill around and anybody got a card deck or some dice we could roll and gamble a little bit amongst one another?
Let's play some Boulder Parchment Shears.
I got cards.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh wait, I forgot to turn my cam on for Skype because I used the OBS cam.
I have a blanket.
We can make a fort finally.
Yeah.
Let's play hide and seek with the Duergar.
Here you go. I got cards for you. Cards. So many cards.
It looks like a deck of many cards.
It is a yes.
It's a powerful
Yes.
artifact.
Yes.
Did we find one of those by chance?
Care to pick a card?
How about 4?
Hey man, there's a lot of good cards in the deck of many things.
There are.
There's
There's
as
also a
many
lot of bad
good
cards.
as there are bad.
Yep. Yep.
There's one card that could take away all your gold. And do you understand what that would do to Verm?
Would it break him?
Probably.
Would he?
That would be
he
rock
retire?
bottom for him.
Zosa will step up to the door and take a look around for the ghost. Is it still here or did it fly away?
As you were like conversing with the rest of the party, he just kind of faded away.
May he rest in peace.
And speaking of gold, while you all are doing this, I'm going to indulge myself in some goldfish.
Well, guys, what do you think? Should we actually take a long rest or should we press on?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Mechanically speaking,
Zosa-
are we able to take a long rest though?
Zosa
Just
closes the
waste
door.
day.
That is true. Technically, you all have to wait a while before you can take a long rest. But
Well, we were planning on passing time.
We can hang out with the blacksmiths.
yeah, you
We
all
may-
can do downtime type activity stuff. You know,
And you said they don't have any
Whatever.
arms or armor available for sale.
no.
But they can repair yours because you just got it all sorts
Yeah.
of messed up again.
Yeah, they can repair it.
Remember me from 30 minutes ago.
I
She
am
holds
back.
it up. It's just like blackened and charred. It's been rusted where it's been aged by the withering touch. If you just want to give me a new one, that would probably be easier for you at this point. Although you probably
you give
are
me
looking
mithril
forward to
full
a
plate?
challenge. I think Zosa will sit down at the Durigar campsite and pull out some trail rations and try to warm them up in the fire. And just sit there and just do downtime things for now. Restring the crossbow and whatnot.
Excuse me. Goldfish went down the wrong pipe. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. We'll for brevity's sake, we'll just say you all screw around long enough to just, yeah,
To sleep.
to get to the point where you can, actually get a long rest again. So hey, you guys, you got all your stuff back and you didn't die.
I think Zosa is trying throughout the day and afternoon and evening to talk to the Durgar and just kind of be friendly with them. She's hoping that the good deeds we've done as far as Durgadin and now Arendelle, are inspiring them to see us as true assets. And so she's trying to share those stories. She's like, "Hey, here's what he told me. He said, he was a cursed ghost." These are things that adventurers live for. They live to tell those tales, and Zosa's eating up that life. She wants to kind of impress them with the things that she's done in the last day or two.
Right.
Try to gain their favor.
Okay.
As well as just telling stories from back in Chult. Chult is a very strange land full of like dinosaurs and jungles and stuff. So she's seen and heard those types of things in the past. So she's sharing like tales from her distant land.
Verm is going to count his gold single individual piece after every individual piece.
Yin is going to say random numbers as Verm is counting.
He will start again.
Verm, while you're doing this,
Make a concentration check.
while you're stacking and counting all your gold, roll me a perception check.
Sure.
You notice one of them is gone.
One of them, Toby.
Bleh.
But
Toby, did you see?
you see him kind of like look up at you and just kind of go, shake his head no.
I put all my gold away before somebody steals it.
But he goes to ribbit again to answer you, and it sounds like something's muffled, like something is in his mouth.
I take something out of Toby's. I take whatever is out of Toby's mouth.
You find your gold piece.
Toby, listen, bud. No, I will kill you.
Rub his nose. in it.
Just-
Rub his nose in it.
Bad. No.
Bad Toby.
No.
I guess I'll try to find. I'll take out like a ration, give him part of it, if he'll eat it.
Yes, hardtack.
Yeah, it's all right. He'll eat it.
Just what a growing frog needs.
Yeah.
It's not like there are any bugs down here in the
I mean,
concrete rooms of the dwarven halls.
I'll just let Toby kind of like hop around a bit.
Ribbit, 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 ribbit.
He looks at the hardtack and he looks back at you with like, "Are you freaking serious, dude?"
Takes my gold coin again and runs
Yeah.
away.
He like
Just
he grabs it with his tongue.
runs away.
Not just any gold coin, specifically the one that you just took away from him.
Bitch.
What are these?
I love that frog, but man.
What do these coins look like, by the way? Because there's all sorts of different like denominations and stuff. Waterdeep has its own coinage system. Are these like old
Waterdeep.
dwarven coins, or
I'll just say they're Waterdeep because that's where. Okay, look, I love the adventures in the Yawning Portal because they're great adventures and everything, but the whole Yawning Portal premise part together is like a very flimsy, loosely way to tie all 7 of those things together. So it's good. In this particular instance,
Gotcha.
I'm not worried about Electrum, and gold coins are gold coins. So
Electrum is
There
useless.
we go.
Yeah.
It really is.
gold coins are gold coins. They spin the same, whether they're the Waterdeep version or some other version. But yeah.
Pretty much.
That's just
No, yeah.
Yawning Portal magic, because magic. So you all
Bash.
what?
Quick question.
Didn't do
I lose my point of exhaustion, do I not?
Yes. I will.
As well as the resurrection time.
Oh, yeah.
Down to 1, and the end is
I go down
Then
to
I should
0.
lose 1 res sickness.
And
Verm goes to 1.
Torin is no longer unconscious, unless he's been drinking overnight.
Well, you already know the answer to that one.
I don't even know where he's finding all these clues.
I was possessed.
I don't think I would do it again.
And I would have killed all of you if I had my key.
Right. Okay, everybody's effects should be good to go now. So on that note, you all have some exploring to do.
Unfinished business.
That's one way to put it.
I go to the table and I start shooting the table.
What table?
What?
The animated table.
Oh.
That table.
XP.
Yeah. That table. Almost forgot.
That
Yes.
one.
Yep. Okay. So, oh, what happened? Okay, gotcha. No. All right, fix Torrent. You're just drunk now, not unconscious.
You suffer a point of exhaustion.
That's right. Okay, so Party, you see, to your left, there's a small hallway that leads to an area with 4 doors in it, and excuse me, you see that there's a longer hallway to your right that I believe a couple of you all made out that there was at least 5 doors heading down this way, but the hallway kind of goes further down beyond where your vision can kind of like make out fine details other than floor, wall, ceiling.
Too bad we don't have that goblin on a string anymore, right, Ian?
Honestly, more doors to go through. Who knows how many are trapped? I say we just let Borg take the first step in, though. Oh, actually, maybe not, though. We don't want him getting possessed again, turning around and whacking us.
That would be bad. So let's send the weak link. Ian, you go first.
All right.
Not just.
Wow, shots fired.
To be quite honest, I would probably be the easiest to bring down if I were to get possessed.
So what you're saying is you go first?
I mean, there's nothing new with that, Yen. Which way are we going?
There's less to look at left, so I say we go left first.
Agree.
Okay.
I will put my ear up to the door and see if I hear anything.
Oh.
You hear nothing.
It's good enough for me. I open the door.
You open the door.
Zosa will ready in action to fire on a hostile.
You just see a smattering of smashed furniture and debris. Looks like it's been there for a very long time. You see graffiti on the wall similar to what you saw in the there's a word for it, shrine area. That's the word. Shrine and the Great Hall.
Just graffiti.
Kinda. There's like some old smashed up skeletal remains of what you would, by this point you would recognize them to be the skeletal remains of dwarves and orcs, probably from the battle from, you know, ages ago.
Do I sense shinies?
Not necessarily shinies. Roll me a perception check, or investigation, whichever one is better for you. Doesn't
Zosa
really
will
matter.
aid.
Okay.
Also rolled again.
Okay, cool.
We're looking together.
Okay. So, what you find is, let me go to mask mode.
A necklace of fireballs?
Nope. You do find an angry note from Leaf, though.
You guys are assholes.
I can't believe you left me here.
Goddamn sons of bitches.
I suddenly feel guilty for some reason. I do not know why.
Okay. You find what looks to be a shattered, like some very fine looking, like odd colored dust that appears to be the remains of like maybe like a smashed gemstone, but there's only a little bit of it left. It's not really worth of any value.
I snort it.
Okay.
No, don't do that.
No,
Don't do that. It's too late.
Drugs
Well,
are bad.
that's-
Okay.
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 I'll put my
Okay.
ear up to this door once again and try to listen for anything.
Okay. I'm going to just unmask it because I mean all these doors pretty much look the same. Um, 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 um.
Hemina.
It would help if I click on the right little red pin. You don't. Excuse me. You don't hear anything.
I open the door.
You open the door. This looks like this room may have once been a barracks. Remains of like 6 wooden bunks lean against the walls. Things have been burned and hacked by pillagers. What looks to be about like half a dozen dwarven skeletons lie on the ground here on the floor. Yeah.
Shiny detection.
Maybe.
I'll just kind of peek my head in and see if I see anything shimmering.
From where you're at, you don't see anything shimmering. You know, at least not
Is there
from the
any,
door.
Is there any tripwire or any of the sorts by the door?
Roll me investigation.
I'm really good at that.
You are almost completely certain that that door is clear.
I walk through the door.
Cool. You walk through the door. When you
Fine.
walk through the door, you start hearing clicking and scraping sounds as the skeletons rise and advance on you.
I blow the whistle.
So bad you don't have the whistle no more.
This would trigger Zosa's ready to action.
Is this a surprise round?
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing I can act on those, right, guys?
Yep. It's not a surprise round, but roll initiative.
Yeah.
Zosa, you I guess get one shot off on pick one.
All right.
It's pretty good for initiative.
There's a little green goblin in front of you too.
Damn,
you know,
Borg
so-
beat me by 1.
That was a miss.
Good waste of a natural 20. I'm good at wasting nat 20s on initiatives.
Yeah, it's not a waste. You get to go before everybody usually.
Usually. We rolled a 22. Sheesh.
Nat 20,
Waste of a nat 20.
pretty much.
Dude,
Borg
his
can
whole,
relate to the skeleton.
his whole night's natural 20s on this show.
Yeah. But it's always at us, so I mean.
Oh, don't worry.
147.
What the?
Oh, God.
147?
Fuck.
Whoa!
Hey, man, he was waiting for. he was
Natural
waiting for him.
100.
Yeah. But don't worry. The last one rolled a natural 1. So. Okay.
So he's number 1 in the initiative order.
That's right. Did you take your held action, Sosa?
I did, and it was a miss.
Okay, cool. Then we will start with Borg. Let me move the map so the people can see it a little better.
So Borg sees Zosa fire into the room. I don't know if she hears the thing, or he hears the things moving, but
Making a logical assumption.
I mean, at this point, it
Knowing-
wouldn't surprise you.
You either shot at me or something bad.
it's a 50-50 chance.
Either one, it's okay to
Borg-
retaliate.
Borg knows Zosa well enough to know that if she's shooting at something, it's time for him to rage. and he will move into the room. Targeting number 4.
Okay. I think that hits.
Yeah, I think so too. And roll for damage. Ooh.
We're just gonna hear the xylophone keys.
Yeah,
He just starts
yeah. I
bashing
need to
them.
change the music.
So,
Bam. Here we go.
Borg's tickling the ivories here.
and Borg will make some room at the door, and we'll move to there.
Cool.
And passes his turn.
I'm going to. Firstly, go there. So that's 5, 10, 15. Going for a big jab with my spear. Skeleton 3.
Stabby stab. It's a hit.
Hey.
Hey.
And I'll give him a bonus melee attack.
That's a miss.
Nah. That's all.
Okay. Verm. You have a skeleton in front of you.
I run away from the skeleton. Bonus action disengage. And I attempt to shoot the skeleton.
Tay. That's a miss.
Missing. That's it.
Okay. And this one's gonna go after Borg because Goblin left. Wow.
Advantage, I see.
Well, yeah, he's look on the other side of you.
No, I wasn't seeing which one swung at me.
Yeah, skeleton 1. Skeleton 2. So, yeah, you're gonna do the same thing, but just not an advantage. That's a miss. Skelly 5. We'll do the same thing because they're skeletons. Okay. That's his turn, Zosa.
Zosa steps up to the door. She says, "We have company!" Yelling back to Yenia and Bandal. She'll level her crossbow, firing here at skeleton number 1. And this time it's a hit. And she'll pass her turn.
Okay. Skelly 3. Which one are you? Hey, I'll go after Torrent. That's a miss.
I was
Yeah.
ready for him.
You were like, whoa, I don't think so. No.
Move up. Heeding Zosa's words. 15, 20. Knowing I can't quite get in this turn, I'll take one more statue. I will hold here. And if one comes out within attack range, I'll swing. Otherwise, I'll wait till next turn to go in.
Cool. Ended.
Step up and hold an action. Ready in action.
Okay. Okay, skeleton. There's 6 of them? Oh, there was 6 of them. That to hell with it. Let's see. Odds are evens. Evens for Borg. Just makes it simple. That could have been bad for his other scaly buddies. That's his turn. Borg, your turn.
Shit.
Yep.
Well, shit.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll for this one. Let's see. Go
Roll an
clockwise,
intelligence
starting
check.
with 1.
Yeah, I was about to say go clockwise. Roll a d4.
Torrent pass out in his chair or what? Oh, there he is.
No, just nursing a headache.
At least he didn't get frozen this time.
Get a little hair of the dog for that.
That's miss. Torrent, your turn.
About to destroy one of these skeletons.
Destroy it.
Spear for skeleton 3. We'll give that a shot.
Okay. That's it.
Eee. I'm gonna spend a key point on flurry of blows.
On the flurry of blues.
1 for skeleton 3.
That's a miss.
Oh crap, that's a miss. I might have to. You know what? I'll throw one on skeleton 6.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there we go. 10. Ooh.
Yep.
All right, and then I will. Oh. Debating on leaving the room. I guess I'll just I'll step back. There.
Yep. Firm.
I'll attempt to shoot through Zosa's and Torrent's legs to shoot the skeleton.
Okay. Yeah, even with
I
a
could
negative,
move into
you
the room
would've
if
hit.
you wanted to.
Nah, even with a negative, you would have hit. So. Hey, look! You took out the one that had 1 hit point.
Let's go, guys. I will also. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, Borg, but you can take hits.
Skeleton 2. Miss. Skelly 5. Miss. Zosa.
Zosa moves up into the room.
Yep.
She will fire. Let's see, point blank range here. At number 6. He turns to dust. And then she will. She'll charge forward towards number 3.
Okay.
Not really give him many options past his turn.
Awesome. Gonna go after you because well, you're there. It's a miss. Ian.
Off the armor.
Ding.
Finally seeing an opening in the room.
Another 10.
Move up 5, 10, 15 up beside Borg and try and give him a hand here with Skeleton 2.
Yep. Uh-oh.
That's a trippy dice color.
And then bonus action swing again. Boop. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, Band-Aid.
Yes.
Your attack is
I
a
will
crit.
pull up. Oh, who did that?
What?
Thank you very much.
It was Clark.
Critical.
I believe it was Eric.
I'm thinking.
Who did that?
Eric Frankhouse,
Oh,
I think.
thank you. Well, I was going to use a. Well, I'll just use a. It's a crit, so I don't have to roll to hit, right?
Nope.
Just the damage.
Just the damage. Click crit modifier and then let
That's
her
way
fly.
over here, right? Crit. Crit modifier. And skeleton 5. All right, that is my turn.
Cool. Org.
Oh, I will move back out of the way. Sorry.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Which one do you not like the most, Borg?
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's.
Nice.
I will pass my turn.
Okay. Jump over here and help Zosa finish what I started. Maybe. Ooh, maybe. Hey, there we go.
Hey, you smashed him when you had 1 hit point left.
That's it.
Vern, there's 1 left.
I will try to get a clear shot. Attempt to shoot skeleton 2. I think he'll die either way. But, yeah.
Yep. Hey, you took out a room of skeletons, guys.
Hey.
Hey, and
Maybe now they can find some true peace.
Now the real question is there any shinies?
you greedy ass little shit goblin. Yes, there is. You find 670 silver pieces. Do you want me to put it in the party sheet or directly into your inventory?
Let me see how much silver I have first. Yeah, I'll take it. How much did you say? 600 what?
670.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Borg's going to lean over and be like, hit him and be like, you greedy little thing.
Well, this is my cut.
Then the rest that we find goes to us, yeah? Since you have made your
I
claim.
never agreed to that.
We did not agree to give you that cut.
I don't remember asking.
Then we are not agreeing to anything, and it's all on the table.
You keep saying this word agree. I do not think it means what you think it means.
It's true. It all goes to the same place, right? We always spend money.
Haven't spent any money since I got here.
You buy everything then.
I mean, I have so far, so... Who bought you that horse, Borg? If I recall, that was me.
I think he's got you there, Borg.
The one you
Back
ate.
into a
No,
corner.
just-
Shall we
boy.
proceed?
Fucking bugbear. No, just... As I walk
God.
away.
Meh, boy, that escalated quickly.
Once again, I put my ear up to the door.
Okay.
Don't know if you want me to be in this square or not.
You don't hear anything.
I opened the door.
Zosa readies in action as per usual.
You open the door. It's just another room like the first one you opened. You don't find anything in there.
That was pointless.
You're right.
Borg, would you like the honors of opening the last door?
You've done such good work.
I know. If there's any gold in the room, Borg, you can have it.
Please let this be the treasure room. Please.
Borg's just gonna look at him for a second, then walk up to the door.
I'm lying.
In typical Borg fashion, he's just gonna push it open.
One sec. Okay, you open up this room. Inside, you find a massively huge chest full of gold coins overflowing out into the entire room. No, you find another,
Damn.
you know, empty-ish type room, and there's nothing in there.
Verm for president.
Right? Verm for president.
Zosa.
Vote for Verm.
Sorry, go ahead. Zosa whispers aloud, "Why is there nothing in here?" And she takes her own look into this room. It's completely empty.
It's literally like the other, not except for the room that had the skeletons in it. It's literally like the other one. Let's see. Yep, you don't find anything.
She walks in. She says, "This could be a good place for us to take breaks, or perhaps even get some privacy when we are sleeping for the night. We could set up, a fire in the corner, get some warmth in this cold place."
Has there been enough wood around to do that?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
'cause I don't. Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of broken beds in the next room.
We can burn bones.
Yep.
Could break them down.
Are those dead orc bodies?
There's orcs and dwarves.
Are the orc skeletons or still flesh?
Everything in here's bone, basically.
Damn, no ears.
Oh no.
I mean, you could pull like. Trying to think, maybe get their tusks out. A couple orc tusks. Maybe he'll accept that.
I don't know. There's a lot of. He might not believe that as much as. I mean, do you see this? This is just so stylish. Some wearing the necklace of orc ears.
They're starting to turn black.
They're starting to smell bad.
That too.
Do you really expect me to smell good?
You're still wearing the rat coat, aren't you?
Yes,
As a
I
matter
am.
of courtesy,
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
The rat coat that, didn't get dried or anything.
Duff, why
It's
do
probably just
you let
stuck
me
to
do
your
this
skin.
to myself?
Yep, you lost the draw.
Apparently.
He picked us. He did this
Yeah.
to himself.
I did. That's why I said, why do you let me do this to myself? Loco's
Zosa.
probably sitting there like, Duff, why do I let you do this to me?
I hate it here. Just
I hate it here. I want
I
to
hate
go
my
home.
life.
I want to go home.
grandfather tree, take me home to the place where I
home.
belong.
Durnan, cradle me at night.
Right. Okay. You see a series of doors in a long extending hallway.
Left or right?
You already know we're gonna be going door to door, so
Yeah, I just need
Let's
to
just
know
do
what
top-
order you go
top
in.
bottom sound good, guys?
Am I opening
Sure.
it again?
Yeah,
Or
but
are
you
you
got
leading this
Verm.
most, Becky? I'll listen for any footprints, bones, or any of the sorts.
20 stats to every story. Thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. Welcome. And how was your stream? What happened? Please tell us while we are playing the Dungeons and the Dragons. Okay, so Zosa, you or not Zosa, shit. Whoever's opening the door.
You know, we ought to get disadvantage on all our
first.
disadvantage on all of our stealth because he stinks so bad they can smell us coming.
Well,
You know,
I mean, I thought about it, but whoever opened the door and looked in the room, the first one, you don't find anything. It's the same style room as before. It's smashed furniture, debris, graffiti, skeletal remains of orcs and dwarves. Nothing other than that.
No shiny.
No slime.
Listen to the other door.
This door. Okay, let me close that one. Okay, yep, you got disadvantage on your next, your next roll there, Verm.
Stealth
For
roll.
stealth. Yeah.
I mean, we could do it for any roll, but sure. Good thing I already have disadvantage for stealth rolls.
Right. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
I opened the door.
This shit. Let me update the map. Beep, 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 beep. On the stream. Anyway.
It'd be great if this was the side room to the throne door.
yeah, to the council chamber, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Hey, maybe with enough, like, if we grab some picks, we could just chisel our way in there.
It is not as
Maybe.
auspicious.
Oh,
Oh,
That,
this could only lead to good things,
looks
guys.
like a Ouija board. We're dead.
yeah, some dwarven Ouija board.
This chamber once was the personal quarters of an important dwarf. It's decorated with tapestries and furnished comfortably, although age has taken its toll on the contents. Apparently the room has not been looted. A beautiful rug covers the center of the floor. A simple bed and writing desk stand in the southwest corner. Zosa, you spent the most time talking with Arundel.
That's right.
Do you start to think this was probably his personal chambers?
Yeah, Zosa will say that, and she will take a look at the. I'm guessing that's a large rug, perhaps, on the
Yeah.
floor. She wants to try and read the dwarven runes.
It says some things in Dwarven. I'll tell you right now.
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular because
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, the module doesn't say anything. I think it's just a fancy picture. So,
No problem. No problem. Zosa will check for traps.
Just a rug of smoldering. It's all right.
okay. Roll me investigation, or
We make
investigation.
rug.
Are you checking for traps like at the door?
Yes.
Okay.
I would assist if it's needed, but
Yeah, you can assist. So roll it again. It's going on. Thank you for the bits. I believe 100 bits. You get to
Somebody gets inspiration.
Yeah, one of the players,
Unless it's changed.
or DM, your choice, gets inspiration, which is, you know, basically just re-roll the D20 roll. So, yeah, but you pick. I don't know why the alert didn't come through, but, you know. Yeah, you don't detect or find any evidence of any kinds of traps.
Zosa will ask aloud into the room. Arundel, are you here? We are humbly requesting passage to visit your chambers. She'll wait for a moment.
You don't hear anything.
And she turns back and looks at the group. She kind of shrugs and she steps into the room.
Okay. You step into the room. Okay, you step into the room. I mean, you see things. Yeah, same description.
She'll head over and take a look at the desk.
The desk. You find it doesn't really say what you find on the desk per se. You do find some notes and things. This definitely was Arendel's chamber. And you find a lot of so like it's basically just a whole lot of notes that, you know, talking about like magic, arcane things, dwarven things, you know, and then some very, very old notes about you know, the orcs becoming an issue, and, you know, things leading up to the great final battle, and beyond that, like, you don't really see anything of note.
Okay. So that constitutes a full search of the desk and the thing sitting next to it as well. No items or anything.
Okay. Hold on. As you stepped here around the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Good things happen.
They find good things.
It's usually not good things.
Well,
Zosa's eyes roll into the back of her head. She turns and points the crossbow at Vandal.
And then gets smited.
Yeah.
Just
Zosa, what are you doing?
No, that didn't happen. Not yet, anyways.
yeah, you're examining on that edge of the desk and everything, and you're like, okay, you know, you go to like step around the chair, and you step on that corner of the rug, and all of a sudden the rug just comes up and whoosh, and just envelops you.
I
Oh, really?
fucking called it.
Okay.
I did too.
Roll initiative, boys.
Initiative?
Initiative.
As it attacks you.
Well, it's got you grappled now, but
Yup.
I guess I should put it on there. Okay, let me do this, and I will do this, and it goes on a 12. Okay, so Band-Aid, you're first.
Good. As I see this happening, I will quickly put my thumb and forefinger together like that and cast Sacred Flame on the rug.
Okay.
Is it on the combat tracker?
Yes. Hold on. There you go.
Ah, there we go.
It's just a little big.
A little bit.
This is pretty cool.
Ooh. I Pass my
What?
We'll take my scimitar out for most Becky's is enwrap in it, right?
Yep.
I'll take out my scimitar and I'll attempt to start smacking it, hopefully not hitting her. Oh,
Oh,
I will
shit.
use my inspiration for that.
Okay. You hit the rug.
It's already taken damage.
Actually, hold on. That should be.
The damage it taken
Yeah,
was
hold on.
actually absorbed by Zosa.
Yeah, no.
For some reason, it didn't roll my d8.
I don't know. Hold on. Because it didn't do the thing right. Zosa, that should only be. You should have between the two attacks 7 points of damage, not the 6 points from the sacred flame.
So I don't know the rules for the rug of smothering, so you need to explain to me what's happening.
While grappling a creature, the rug takes half the damage dealt to it, and the creature grappled by the rug takes the other half.
All right. So if you narrate how much damage it is dealt in total, I can give my half to myself, I guess, since the game doesn't want to do it, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
it was 6 points from Band-Aid, and then 8 points.
All right. So I'll set my wound to 7.
Yeah, and
The rug
would
should
be
also
the same.
get that, right? Okay, got it.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait a minute, Matt's not working here.
Do you want me to roll my d8 separately? Because
I think in a case like this, it might
Sure.
be better to not target the damage onto the creature. Just roll it out in the open, and then we can
Divide it,
manually
yeah.
assign it.
That might be better.
it's another 8 damage, so 4 and 4.
Yep, another 4 and 4.
Then disengage as a bonus action. I'll step back, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
What is my location? Am I inside the rug now?
No shit. You were still basically where you were. It's just you're now wrapped up in the rug. The token's kind of there just so they can target it.
Okay,
essentially.
that's fine. And so, if I'm inside the rug, what actions can I take?
You are restrained and blinded and grappled. You can.
Am I suffocating?
Yes, at the start of each of the target's turns, the target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. But you do, after you take that damage, you do get to make a escape check. So,
All right.
so either I believe it's either athletics or acrobatics, whichever one you choose.
You
But I
probably
think
want to give
they
me the
choose
damage
athletics.
first, then, right?
Yep. There you go.
All right. So you said an escape artist check.
It would be athletics or
Or
acrobatics.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
yeah, you
This
get
isn't
out of it, no
Pathfinder,
problem.
Ben.
All right. So how do I escape? Where do I go?
Right there is fine.
Okay.
Just pick a square beside it.
And is that my whole action?
Unless you have a bonus action.
Zosa will. So she steps on this rug. It scoops her up, and in this this battle of strength, she wrenches her way out of it and falls to the ground. Stands back up, and she will. Yeah, she'll just pass her turn for now. Actually, no, she'll move away from it if she can.
Okay.
Does that provoke?
I'm not going to worry about it. It's a rug.
All right, she'll pass her turn.
I mean, it only does one thing, so.
Just making
Borg.
sure.
Borg's going to step in.
Okay.
Targeting said rug.
Okay.
It's more like a carpet.
Right. You hit. And you all would notice that the size of this magic rug thing here is huge. It's like massive.
Is it flying around or is it just like crawling on the ground?
It's kind of like animated on the ground. It's not flying.
Okay.
It's
just a rug.
Really, really, really big compared to you all. See, Borg was the last one to do it damage. It's oh man, I'm gonna roll for this because it's got an intelligence of 1. Around the clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Sorry, Borg. Maybe. Yeah, we'll deal with it. You're grappled for right now, though. Ian, your turn.
Hearing the commotion, we'll run in 10, 15, and begin. Or actually, could I try to pull Borg out?
He is like basically completely wrapped up in it.
Wrapped up. All right, then I'll start trying to cut the rug to get him out.
Okay.
Cut the rug.
All right, you hit. Don't roll the damage onto the rug. Just
the rug.
roll it in the chat.
Yep.
Or take
So
5.
5 and 5. And then bonus hit again. Nope. Okay. And that will be actually I'll step back out just so I'm not in the way of anyone.
Okay. Thorn.
I will step in. 5, 10, 15. And give the spear a try. It's been good so far.
Okay.
Hey,
It's a hit. That's a pretty good hit.
all right. Let's see if I can get an unarmed attack in as a bonus action. No, not at all.
Are you trying to do like a roundhouse kick to it or something? Describe your miss. And then I'll let you choose which of your compatriots you might accidentally hit.
Borg.
Yeah, Borg.
Just
I don't know. We'll say that
Shut up.
I like the idea of
Well,
a roundhouse kick.
I mean,
that was a
well,
good
he hits
idea.
the rug.
Well,
It's a good
yeah,
idea,
you wouldn't be able to target Borg because he's wrapped up in the rug and you missed the rug.
Yeah,
so
obviously. All right. I don't know then. I'll roll for it.
yeah,
I'm not in the room. I'm out in the
yeah,
hallway.
he's out in the hallway.
So it
There's-
has to be Band-Aid then.
yeah, that would be Band-Aid. Yeah, roll that attack against Band-Aid. See
Or
if you
yourself.
get past his.
Yeah.
Sorry, Band-Aid. I don't want to do this.
Eh.
Oh,
You miss
good.
him.
That was lucky break.
You miss him.
If you died, Band-Aid wouldn't have brought you back.
That's it.
Right. Band-Aid. You narrowly just go whoa as a foot goes right in front of you.
Yep. I'm going to call 1-800-STEAMER. I'm going to call Stanley Steamer for this carpet.
Not an official sponsor.
Yeah.
Not yet.
TPK games.
Please, Stanley Steamer, please.
I will
I bet.
Yeah,
try Sacred Flame again.
man.
He failed.
And I will not put it in. I will just roll. Oops. Just roll damage. Oh.
Wow.
Careful. Too high of a numbers will kill Borg.
Well,
How do you split that?
And what was the split
Found out.
from the damage earlier?
Oh, from the spear.
4.
Yeah, because it wasn't on either.
I
2's 9.
4 is half. by D&D's rules. So
Yeah. I'll say just add an additional point of damage for the Sacred Flame thing. I mean, it's either that or like neither one of them take any damage. So
I mean, technically, you can't half one. It's just
Exactly.
one.
yeah.
So am I going up to 18 or 19 damage?
let's do 19. That's fine. And then after that, Band-Aid, unless you do some bonus action
Oh,
stuff,
I'm sorry. No.
it would be Verm.
Sorry to get rid of that Colossus layer because I'm not rolling it at the rug. I could go into torn space, right? Or
It's difficult
just can't
terrain.
end it there?
Yeah.
Okay. I will attempt to hit it with my scimitar again.
You hit. Question.
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
Toby,
no matter what you roll, it's got 1 hit point left.
Toby licks my scimitar as I swing it and cut this rug, and board just falls out face first onto the floor.
But yeah, still roll the damage.
Yeah, because he
Borg's
has to take
taking
half of it.
But
You kill Borg.
Goodbye,
you
Borg.
take 3 damage, Borg. So you're at
My
22.
gold Borg.
This way I don't have to pay him.
Oh no! Ah, the rug's like, oh no,
Beef.
my thready beef. Oh,
Thready beef.
my thready beef.
I kind of like that thready beef.
My
I'm
thready
gonna
beef.
look underneath the rug, see if there's anything like a trap door or anything.
There is not. But when you are looking down there, you do see some type of wooden square type of contraption looking thing underneath of the bed.
That's probably what Zosa would have found.
Yeah.
At that
I'll
that
tell
point too,
Yosa. Or Zosa, I'll tell Zosa that I see something under the bed.
And she takes a closer look. Is this something she can pull out, or is it some kind of panel?
No, it's just a chest underneath the bed, basically. You pull it out and you open it up, and as soon as you open it up, like, you know, just that, like, where the lid stops and like the box barely moves. You know what I mean? Like the little, just kind of, jingles the box ever so slightly to the point where like you couldn't even like hardly like audibly hear it. Verm's eyes just
I start tingling.
it's like something reached out and grabbed his soul and is like throwing him across that room. You find it is full of coin, silver, copper, and you see a square of silk in which are wrapped a star sapphire and a pair of matched blue topazes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Zosa turns around and closes the box, and she says, "Ah, this is my cat." And she winks at everybody else in the room, and just kind of ignores Verm for a moment as she walks by.
So he walks away from me, so that's an attack of opportunity, right?
Absolutely, it is.
Not just.
No. So do you want all that in your inventory? Because that's going to weigh a lot.
This is going to go into the party sheet and/or bag of holding.
Yeah, pretty much the party sheet is the bag of holding at this point for right now.
It's just more stuff to steal later.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, you find 1,200 silver and 3,000 copper.
All right.
And the gems. So
That's a lot of silver and copper.
yeah, it is.
Anything else noteworthy in this area here? She was also rooting around the desk, pulling drawers out, whatnot.
Nope.
All right. So she says, perhaps we could accept this as payment for our services in releasing him from the curse. Hopefully, He has made his way to the afterlife in peace now, with the passing of the night. Shall we proceed?
Oh.
Is anyone
Could
hurt?
hope.
I suddenly have less of a sense of how badly injured people are.
I'm perfectly fine.
Same goes for me.
I'm quite alright.
Borg.
You'll notice Borg is definitely a bit bloody.
How
Or
bad?
just passes out.
Probably definitely over half.
I mean, out of combat and certain things like this, like you can tell what the HP number is.
Do you have the ability to turn on the, like, because we can see things like injured or heavy damage, you know, not maybe if you don't want to display the exact number of hit points, then at least we can have an
It
impression.
should be. Hold on.
Right now we're seeing nothing at all.
It got turned
I think it
off
got messed
in
up with the
last
rug.
battle. No, it was the combat before that.
It was with
With
the skeletons, I think.
Okay, hold on.
It'd be helpful to at least see like the wounded or bloodied or, you know, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
That's good.
Bandit will walk over to him and cast Cure Wounds on him.
There we go. I don't know what was going on. I literally just cycled all the way through the options right back to the one that it was on. So, I don't know. It's weird. They do weird things.
Technology doesn't make sense. We all know this.
What is technology? You're right. Okay, cool. So, you guys survived the big giant rug.
It never
Congrats, guys.
ceases to amaze me the strange things we end up fighting.
At least we didn't fight a table.
You right.
What will we find next? Zose will ready in action to fire on a hostile.
Okay.
If necessary.
Okay.
Would you like to-
Question, guys. Do you want to take
Yes.
like a 5-minute bio break
Yes.
or continue on?
I would love
I'll
that.
take 5.
All right, everybody. We will take a quick, like 5-minute. Some of us got to go tinkle break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We got some more Dungeons and Dragons to do.
We're
On that
dying.
note,
Don't go anywhere.
we'll be right back. There it is. Okay, guys, we are back.
All right.
Some of us are in pieces.
Yep.
Borg, why don't you go open the other door? No, I'm kidding.
I think Borg's still checking out the rug.
It was a
He's still
party
face planted
rug.
on the ground.
The thread
It is a
count
very
is
nice carpet, you know.
superior.
The rug, I mean. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
He's still face first in the ground. I will listen for anything behind this door.
Okay, for the sake of brevity,
Who's that?
all three of these rooms are just like the other one that you went into. So I
Wow.
Oh,
He's got a broken.
Arbania, thank you
Oh,
for
the
the
hallway continues.
raid. We are playing the Dungeons and the Dragons. Thank you. Welcome, raiders, to the rejects. How went your session?
probably better than ours.
Yeah, I mean, you all haven't died
That's
yet.
not bad so far. Yet.
This session's been pretty, you know, cross fingers here. It's been okay.
You know, the last time somebody said that, we all just about died.
We was almost
Yep.
a TP. Who said that?
I wonder, Vern. I wonder.
Fucking man.
In one of the rooms, you find an azurite gem. I put it in the party sheet, and that's it. Out of those three rooms, so there's that. Okay, so now this room.
And what about down the hallway here?
One sec. This room. There's literally no description.
Skeletons.
The skeletons, bodies, broken stuff. Use your imagination.
Elf pudding?
Delectable.
It's a delicacy.
Wow,
Just kidding.
thank you, Mick O'Neill, for those cheers. We greatly appreciate it. And Marbania Deadlands is fun times for sure. Party, because it was never everybody except Verm, because you won the inspiration roll. You all have a point of inspiration.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's good for a +2 on perception check.
Yeah. You see further down the hallway that it kind of opens up a little bit more from where you're at. It looks like you can kind of make out another what's the word? Word's hard.
Deadpool.
A dark pool. Yeah, there you go. Like a pool of old water, if there's still water in it.
And floating bodies.
Yeah, lots of bodies everywhere. It was like ages ago
the
there was
bodies
a
hit the
major battle here or something.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, they hit him a long time ago.
And Zosa's listening for any signs of movement. Watching.
Should we clear out the room first or the door?
Zosa gestures to the door.
Well, you can't
Does
really
not
go
have
to
any
the door.
surprises.
I shall listen in to
Uh-oh.
whatever's happening.
Eric, very nice. I'll let Duff do that because it's technically his Twitter account. So, but I will shout you out here right now. Shout out to Eric. Cool. Okay, so you head to this room. Welcome back, Mindy.
I listen first.
Too bad. Now this room in particular, let me update the map on stream side because you all aren't going to the upper rooms. But okay, here we go. Rows of empty weapon racks and a dozen or more armor stands indicate that this room was once an armory. Some debris litters the floor, but nothing of value is readily apparent. You do see that there is still one of the armor stands still has an old, almost by this point decrepit looking armor still on it.
What type
What
of
kind
armor?
of armor?
Doesn't really say. It's
Yeah,
just
now everybody
old.
wants to go in the room. Yenya,
So-
you don't even know what's in the room.
So plate armor.
Relax.
Look,
I hate it when Vermin's right.
I step in the room to
And-
imminent death.
Yen
And
was
if
eating some
anything, it's
chips.
dwarf.
Leave her alone.
Do I see farther down?
As you step into the room, I don't know why it's not doing this. Why it's not working? Oh,
Just saw it pop up on the combat tracker, so that's fun.
Okay.
Animated
Alright.
armor.
Yep.
Okay.
animated armor.
You will wear me and like it.
That's right.
Will you
Animated
protect me?
armor comes. A suit of armor starts to move and starts
Oh, I
making
guess
its
they're
way
right.
towards you. Initiative, please.
Initiative?
Dum dum dum.
Bum, bum,
Man, I have
bum.
rolled one good initiative roll today. For having a +8, you think I'd be pretty high up.
At least you've had good initiative rolls.
One
It's true.
today.
Oh, that.
I mean, you outrolled me, Yen, so there you go.
For the first time ever.
Darn it. Wrong button. Boop. And yeah, let's do this one. This particular track
Sounds
is
like
called The
Doom.
Pit of Doom.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that, right?
Gaza Doom.
Crazy how things work.
Doom dum dum dum.
Yeah.
The animated or the suit of armor starts to snap, crack, and pop as it starts to animate and come to life and starts make its way towards the party. It holds out its hand and starts going Kalima. Torrent, you're first.
15, 25,
Does it have any weird symbols on him?
No.
35.
Onomshpai. Onomshpai.
Oh. And I'm imagining those the weapons racks or armor racks that go down the middle of the room are supposed to be tall enough that we can't move over them. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to like make an athletics or like some type of acrobatics check or something to get over them. They're a decent enough height to impede simple movements past them or over them.
5,
You have to be a monk.
15,
Or be a
25. There we go. 30, 35, 40.
Okay. Boop. Yeah, you're the first one there.
Hi. That does hit. Believe it or not. I cast shield.
If I believed you, I would say okay.
Well, it'd still hit me if I cast it.
Wow, min damage twice. As it
Good.
just slams you twice. Boom, boom, and that's its turn.
Ouchie.
Can
Orc,
you
your
cast
turn.
shield?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
it was a joke.
Yeah.
It's just a big coin that pops out in front of me.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Borg will move in, knowing he won't be able to do anything. He will double move to at least block the animated armor in, and he will rage. I'll pass my turn.
Just
At this
barely
point,
enough to get
essentially being blocked off from doing anything, Yen's just gonna step out of the room and hold her action for a hostile creature to come within 5 feet.
there. Okay, Worm. Sure, go.
I will attempt to hit it with my scimitar.
Okay.
That's the key word here.
You swing your scimitar at it. You miss.
And then I will bonus action disengage and get out of the way.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, Zosa, your turn.
Zosa will move up to block its passage, so we've got it boxed in. She will fire at point blank range. Just kind of missing.
Ting.
And then she will pass her turn.
Okay, Band-Aid.
Come in the room and I'll. What the heck? It's in the corner, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll take a shot with my crossbow.
Okay. It is a miss.
So close.
I know. That is all.
Torrent.
Progress has been, well, actually not my progress rather, but my plans have been kind of hampered.
Don't you hate that?
A little bit. 5,
You have a
10,
plan?
15. Well, I did, but it's out the window now.
What's new?
Right.
Torrent is always coming up with plans. I will pull out a dart from my waistband with my free hand and throw it at the animated armor.
Alrighty. Throw it. That's a
That
miss.
sucked. All right. That's it, I suppose.
Okay, he's got options here, so let's do odd Borg, even Zosa. Borg.
What's new? Going after the barbarian?
You right.
I swear he has loaded dice.
Loaded for Borg.
Apparently.
Yep.
Bring me the
first
Borg.
attack missed. Second attack. Second attack.
Sorry, what were you saying about loaded dice?
Wow.
Loaded criticals.
Yeah.
You take 5 damage. And he's kind of trapped, so that's his turn. Borg, your turn.
Borg, extremely pissed,
Oh.
will attempt to hit him.
That's a miss.
Help if I target him too, didn't it?
This is true, but I can tell you 15 misses.
I will use my inspiration
Okay. Inspire yourself.
and we'll swing again.
Oh.
That definitely misses.
That really misses. Zosa, you consider yourself lucky that you took the strategic position that you're in now, because there's an armor rack or a weapon rack in between you and Borg that his great axe just went shank right through, and you kind of see the very curved, sharp edge of his axe kind of like flick right there in front of your face, and you go, well,
You are
that's
giving me
convenient.
flashbacks. Yesterday's battle.
Yin, it's your
You are
turn.
triggering my PTSD.
I will use my combat superiority ability of Commander Strike to give Borg another attack.
Okay.
And on a hit, he gets a D8 to the damage roll.
Okay, go for it, Borg. It's a miss.
That is it for me.
Okay, Verm.
We'll go here. I'll drop my scimitar when I was by Yen. Object interact, take my longbow, and I'll attempt to shoot him.
Okay. That's a miss.
This it is. And then I run back out the room. Damn it. And that's it.
Okay, Zosa, your turn.
All right. Zosa is going to switch weapons to a hand axe. She's going to swing with the hand axe. And I'll swing again with inspiration.
Okay. That's it.
There we go. Zosa will spend a spell slot for a first level smite.
Was hoping you would.
And here it comes.
Bam! You do good amounts of damage to it on its first damaging hit.
And she'll pass her turn.
All right, Band-Aid, your turn.
Seeing as how today's not going to be a good day with the old crossbow, go back to guiding bolt, which seems not guiding bolt. I'm sorry, sacred flame.
That's a good one.
That is all.
All right, Torrent, your
All
turn.
right. We're gonna try the old dart again.
The old dart again.
Suck again.
You ever try playing darts with a metal dartboard?
That's basically what's going on.
well, you know how it goes. Sometimes you don't have, we can't all have access to wood.
Some slams
What would be
coming your
easier,
way,
though?
Zosa.
Turn off that technology.
First one hit, second one misses. Borg, it's your turn. That's a miss.
Yep.
He's a miss, sir.
We're gonna try again and give Commander Strike to Borg.
Okay.
We're
That's
doing
it
a lot
for
of damage to this guy.
Verm, it's your turn.
Step
Well, we
back
put him in
and
a corner where like only 2 people can hit him.
attempt to shoot him once more.
Hey,
hits.
pew, pew, pew,
Nice.
pew.
And he's damaged.
Ooh,
Hey, you
very
hit
nice.
him.
Excellent.
And
Very good.
when your hit impacts him, you just kind of see it kind of almost stop moving for a second, and then it just kind of falls into a bunch of like old crap looking metal scraps and like broken chunks of armor in a pile on the floor.
Well, there's that. Now we'll go pick up my scimitar again.
Okay.
Put it in my bag.
Excellent job. Is everybody
Pick up.
okay?
Half my ammo.
And you all can search the area. You don't find anything of worth value. So.
What about some silverware?
Nope.
Oh.
And Zosa comes out.
So how's this room with the pool in the center laid out? Now that we're standing kind of here at the edge.
Like a big square. There you go. Let me do this on the stream. There we go. That's good. Okay. This hallway leads to a large open chamber. 3 doors open into it, and a dark pool fills a low stone basin in its center. The chamber is littered with the remains of old warriors. 7 dwarf corpses lie where they fell over hundreds of years ago, surrounded by the remains of at least a dozen orc warriors. The dead have been stripped of their arms and armor, and only a handful of broken weapons and shattered shields remain.
This would be a lot of years.
Zosa's gonna step forward slightly. Just say, Yania, get behind me for a moment. I want to try something.
Okay.
Zosa is going to put her hands together, mutter a prayer, and she's going to use Divine Sense. So out to 60 feet, she can detect the presence of any celestials, fiends, or undead that are not behind total cover. I know what the type is, but not exactly who they are. I can also detect the presence of any place or object that's been consecrated or desecrated. So Zosa will spend some time doing this.
You do that, you begin to concentrate. Nothing comes to you.
All right.
I mean, you kind of get a slight, like a very slight inkling of an inclination that what you're picking up on is the desecrated shrine that is way far out of your range, but it was so desecrated that the sense of the desecration of that room is so strong that you can barely pick up a hint of it even this far away.
Are you talking about Durgaden's resting place?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think this divine sense is something that she might have learned from watching Bandal and being in that desecrated shrine. She's just kind of been contemplating and praying, and she's learning about her paladin abilities over time. She turns and says,
too.
yeah, you
can.
have shiny sense.
Well, no, not that. I can actually do the same thing, but
Oh yeah,
it's a
that's
1
right,
mile
for
radius.
creatures. Yeah.
For certain kinds of... Right.
What is your favorite enemy? Or do you get a
Fiends.
favorite
Or
enemy?
no, fiends. Yeah, I do. It's beast.
Oh, the bear.
Mhm.
You could totally like own that bear. Ride
Well,
that bear.
before my face gets ripped off.
Zosa turns around and says, hopefully my detection abilities worked. I believe this area may actually be free of hostiles, at least undead ones. Be on your guard. This place gives me the creeps. She will step forward, starting to pick through the bodies, trying to make her way through.
I mean, if you want, I can try to sense for things.
It's your call.
It doesn't say I have to pick an individual one. It just can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you.
Oh boy. I'll go. Okay, so which room are you all going to go to? Anybody?
Well, quick question about what we're looking at on the bottom wall. Are there 2 open spots there, or is that a bug or something? Or
Hey, yeah, that's a bug on the map drawing.
okay. Yeah, Zosa will pick her way through and just say, which way do we go?
Okay. For brevity's sake, again, these 2 rooms are just looted rooms, like the 10 million other ones that you found. Nope. Nothing in the first room, and ooh, you find a hematite in one of the other rooms. I'll put it in the party sheet. Congratulations, guys.
You said we found a human tied up in one of the other rooms?
A hematite, a gem.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very, very different.
That's not the thing I said. Okay.
Yeah, no, words hard.
Zosa
yeah,
will.
It's in the party sheet. So you got the other room.
Oh, hey, thank you, Bundle. I didn't see that. I got a heal from Bundle. I was actually just about to ask for one. I didn't notice you already gave it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Shall we?
I believe you shall.
Zosa will ready in action as per standard.
Okay.
Am I doing the honors?
If you feel it is honorable for you.
Fuck it. I'll listen to see if I hear anything.
Yes, listen and check.
You faintly hear like what sounds like the sound of like whimpering and like tired crying.
I don't like that.
I'm going to. Does the door look like it can open? Like, is it on hinges?
I would say yeah. It's just like one of the other doors that opens up. That
If
you've
I
seen so
turn
far.
the knob, is it locked? Or whatever it has?
No, it's not locked.
Hmm. Are you guys ready?
Borg
Zosa,
will ready a
Sorry.
javelin just in case.
before you open the door, Zosa is going to put her hands together and mutter a spell. She's going to cast Bless. Now, give me just a second while I learn how to target people. How do I do that? Just
Control.
Same
Control.
as
Left.
Control click.
battle.
3, and then just click on that thing. So that would be for Zosa, Verm, and Borg. You guys are affected by the spell Bless, which gives you an extra 1d4 whenever you attack or make a saving throw.
Well, I'll say okay, everyone, and I'll open the door. Shoot me.
Okay, so you open the door. Oh boy.
What's new?
You're right. Let me move. Damn it. There we go. Whoops. Move the map down just a hair. On the channel. A little bit more so that you can see the room. Okay, cool. So, okay. As you open the door, like a disheveled a woman starts like when the door opens, it kind of like jumps up, and with what little bit of energy she seems to have left, starts running towards the door, like almost like hysterical in speak, but is begging to be released from imprisonment.
Is she dwarven or human or
Human.
Can I do an insight check?
You can.
Do we like that in the open or tower?
Yeah, you can do it in the open. That's fine. She appears to be a emotionally hysterical human woman.
There's
Does
a
she
human
run
woman in
towards
here
us?
chained.
Yeah,
You all ever fight a witch?
yeah, she's kind of running towards you all, like she's been imprisoned and you know, is begging to be released from imprisonment.
is she currently chained up or anything?
No.
Zosa would let her run past us
Yeah, I'd step out the way.
as Zosa moves into the room.
Oh, okie dokie. So you just move into the room. Let me see if I have a damn. I'm not even gonna worry about it. She's out there somewhere. She will. Let's see. So Zosa just kind of like brushes her off. She will. The next person she sees as Borg is. She kind of like almost like not really huggingly, but kind of like leans up against Borg and is like just saying like please I don't want to be here anymore, please get me out of here. The wizard, he's an evil man and I don't want to be here anymore.
Sweet child, who is this wizard you speak of?
I don't know, but he resides below this level, and I don't want to be here anymore.
Zosa's moving forward because she knows the time on her spell is very limited.
Do you have anywhere to go? Where are you from?
What spell? Your bless spell?
Yeah, it only
Okay.
lasts for a minute,
Oh,
so
okay,
she's
gotcha,
trying
gotcha.
to use it up and make use of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, you were saying, Yin?
I was asking the woman if she has anywhere to go or where she's from.
She says she's from a place further beyond Blazingdale. It's I'll say it's the name of a place that you probably would have heard brought up in town when you were like gathering information and stuff, but you all didn't actually go to that particular town or whatever. And that she was like captured by the wizard with other people, and she doesn't know where the others are, but you know, evil wizard doing evil wizard things. Fill in the blank.
Is there anything you can tell us about this wizard? How many people are usually with him, or bodyguards?
She says that she usually only has only ever really seen him on his own. She says the wizard below lives below this area. He wants to use her and the people that was captured along with her for studies on prolonging life.
Band-Aid would like to roll a perception check or insight, doesn't matter, whatever you want.
Okay.
I could have sworn I saw Verm open the door without having to unlock it. And I'm wondering why she's saying that she was locked in here by the evil wizard.
That would be insight.
Insight it is.
Yep. Your Band-Aid being the, I mean, granted, the more cautious type of person. Like at first you're like, something about that doesn't really add, like, why? But then at the same time, you've dealt with like the after effects of war and things of that nature throughout your travels. that essentially you remember that kind of thing isn't necessarily uncommon for people that you've seen whose spirit essentially has been broken.
Okay.
You know, you're like, yeah, she could have the door wasn't locked apparently, so she could have got out of the door, but she would have had to found her way out of here. And then you start remembering what all you've encountered your entire way here so far. Like, what chance would a human woman have trying to escape on her own?
Well, that's the key for him, is a human woman. So he's still not, even though he can't figure it out, he's not very trusting.
Right.
I will ask her if she would be okay staying in the Great Hall with a few of the purple dwarven protectors of this area while we go and clear out the rest, and then we could escort her at least back to Blazingdale.
She will. Okay, so I guess Borg just walked away. Okay, that's cool.
Yep, he did.
Yep.
That's fine.
Man, a few words.
Pretty much. He's like, whatever, die, I don't care. She will say that she starts like breaking down even more hysterically and starts like begging you all not to leave her alone. She doesn't want to be out of here. She doesn't want to stay here. She wants to get out of here. And she's like begging and pleading. And I guess since Borg decided to just be, you know, an asshole and walk away, she's now like hysterically, like, you know, like grabbing a hold of you, like, please, don't leave me. I don't want to be here anymore. You don't understand. I just want to get the hell out of here.
We all have places we don't want to be, child. Sometimes we have to live through that.
That's
But
right.
know that-
I've lived here long enough. I want to go. I want to go. Make the wizard go away, and I want to get out of here.
We will work on that, but we cannot babysit you and take care of this wizard at the same time.
May I
Let me
suggest we
take you
leave
back.
her by the Duragar?
That's what I told her once and was going to reiterate, Verm, was that let me take her back to the Great Hall real quick. The Duragar that are there will be able to offer her protection.
No, there's
while we
6 of you.
finish.
There's 6 of you. The 5 of you could go to take care of the wizard, and one could stay here and protect me in case something were to happen, or if he comes back while they're trying to find him. Insert hysterical, gibberish. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I'll take this one, guys. You go ahead. No, just.
They run off and fall in love. While all this
Human
is
and-
going on, Zosa is
Human
going
and
to
goblin.
open the door to the south. She's moving quickly, trying to keep keep the rounds up on her bless spell. She wants to, if there are hostiles, she wants to take use of her prayer before it's too late.
Right. You don't. The room on the map at least appears to be empty. There is. It looks like. I don't want to say like a torture room or anything per se. We'll say an interrogation room. How about that? You know what I'm putting down there. So
Pudding room.
Sex dungeon. Got it.
no.
Oh Lord.
Our
No.
penis.
Our penis.
Oh boy.
No.
Here we go.
No. Let's stay on task.
And
Stay
this
on
is
task.
how Duff gets a content strike.
True.
Which what I was trying to avoid.
This is for adults. All right, let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you see in that room.
Zosa enters.
Just kind of look to you and say, "You got this. I believe in you."
Yeah, she's now like in super hysterical mode, like ultra hysterical, like diva drama queen, going back and forth between. Well, I guess Vern walked away too now. To Yin now.
Yeah, I
I guess.
looked to Yen and I said, "Yeah, have fun.
Like
you,
going,
you do this."
I guess now going back and forth between Yin and Torrent, that whoever will listen to her.
Band-Aid walks away even farther.
Yeah.
Torrent,
Band-Aid's like, screw
Band-Aid.
this.
If you guys want to head on a little bit, I'll sit here with this woman and attempt to comfort her for a while. I will catch up as soon as I can.
Okay, be safe.
Use protection,
well.
Yen.
What is wrong with you?
Be very careful. Do not hesitate to call out.
Oh no.
So Zosa's taking
We didn't
point.
see dice rolled or anything. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
She's got a ready to action to fire on hostiles.
Why are you suspicious? There's nothing going on.
Yet.
Says the evil wizard.
Yeah.
Who has
Whisper in my
disguised
head.
himself as a woman.
That's left alone with one party member.
Yeah.
With the firm's our penis.
Uh-oh.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
Yen's. Yen's our penis.
Uh-oh.
Why don't we just knock her unconscious and leave her?
That's a good idea.
Well, I'm looking at the time. And,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the time, and I was thinking that we
Yeah, we
probably
kinda
have
need
to
to
wrap it up.
get going.
Yep.
I knock her out and throw up on her body.
Yeah. What a call.
Well, let's continue going down this hallway, or sex dungeon, one of the two.
Oh boy.
Were we gonna go get do that raid? With Duff?
We are here in
Okay.
just a minute. So yeah, while all this is going on, while you all are searching rooms and things of that nature, the human lady is still like hysterically begging and pleading with you, Yin, because you're the only one that didn't just walk away from her.
Sit with her and try and calm her down. Say that everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna make it through this.
And it'll
Cool.
keep looking back over your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
All right. So that happens. She like reaches out to hug you and is just like, please, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I don't want to be here with the wizard anymore.
Feels dagger and back.
That's funny.
It just. Well, Zosa, should we keep on heading down here?
I'm attempting to.
Is it like a teenage aged woman or like a
Adult age.
adult aged? Okay.
Yin's calling her young one because she aged to 40 years.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say.
And just-
Well, they're both 40. Hey.
Respect your elders.
look.
Right. So I'll say some quick hysterical, back and forth goes on between this lady and Yin, and at which point she's just like you're gonna save me, right? You're not gonna leave me here with this man.
Correct. That's the plan. That's what I said 3 times now.
Yin's really good at moral support.
Right, I know.
Bedside manner on point.
Right. She reaches out. She's like, "Thank you."
She won't need therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. And she goes to give Yin a kiss. Yin, I need you to make.
No.
I need you to make me a
Fucking knew it.
Constitution saving throw. You can do it out in the open. Oh boy.
Inspiration.
She threw it up in your mouth.
Yeah,
Vampire.
if you have
Vampire.
inspiration still, you might want to.
Did you use it?
You might
I'm
want
good.
to use it.
What a callback.
Possession?
What a callback.
No, I'm saying if you have inspiration, you might want to use it.
Power word death? Or power word kill?
Okay.
Oh?
Okay.
Oh boy, this is going to hurt. Yin, I'm sorry.
I would just like to say me and Loco were on top
Gotta
of
do what
that.
you gotta do.
Oh,
Oh boy, that was
He lived. For now.
oh,
Love her.
barely.
Roll me initiative.
Love hurts.
Barely. Okay. The reason I said that was one, it was a lot of damage, or as you saw. Your maximum hit point amount is basically 4 now.
Oh, that reduced my max as well?
Yep.
Oh, God.
The reason I said, are you sure you don't want to use inspiration, was because if the target dies, if this effect reduces its hit point maximum to 0.
Well, I am
Oh.
unconscious if my hit points drop to 4 after that.
Right.
Or my max HP is 4.
Well, your max HP is essentially dropped. Like, you take the damage per se, but like you're technically like at full health right now, but your full health is 4 instead of 32.
So you're healthy.
Now
Yeah,
you
you're
feel like a 40-year-old.
Now you got the same hit points as Toby.
I'm feeling great.
This woman
I ain't seen she a gold digger.
transforms.
Alarm! Alarm!
Oh, is she in here?
Is she a
No,
fucking
she's-
succubus?
Bam!
Ooh.
As
God damn
a fiendish, demonic y whatever type creature appears before Yin.
I'm calling it out.
Yep.
I mean,
and
I knew it.
that's where we're gonna hold until next week.
Ay, Chihuahua.
Yep.
You can never trust succubus.
You're right.
Hmm.
So that being said, everyone, thank you for all the raids, the follows, the cheers, the cards being played. We greatly appreciate that. Yeah, you have more things to help that fight. Yeah, I can't wait.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. Yeah. Tune in tomorrow night at 9. I believe it's 9 Eastern, 8 Central for the Friday night. Whatever. session for Dragon Heist.
Dragon Heist.
Very entertaining. You never know what's going to happen with the Dingaling crew there. Always good times. And then I believe next week should be a normal week of streaming unless something changes, which stay tuned to the social medias for that. And on that note, Lord Crater himself is currently playing the new Aliens adventure scenario thing over at Free League Publishing's new Twitch channel. By new, I mean like very new. They're trying to reach affiliates, so everybody that's still watching, come along with the raid, drop some follows, get their view count up, help those guys out because some of their content has been thoroughly enjoyed here on this channel. I know I played the Aliens, the Chariot of the Gods. I believe the majority of everybody here's played it.
Oh, did except I think Brian.
I believe so. Yeah, it's fun.
Yes,
it's definitely a GM versus player with player at major disadvantage.
Nerve-wracking.
It's very fun. So I'm gonna text stuff ready for raid. I'm going to click over to the outro video until stuff enters the raid, and we will see you over at Free League Publishing. And until then, we'll see you next week, guys.
See you guys. Hopefully we are okay.
Goodbye forever, Yenia.
Goodbye.
Thank you.